Hey there, J&L 58 supporters. We're at my house in my garage. I just finished up a bunch of welding on the saddle tank for the 58, and I am doing a water test on it right now. The saddle tank had a lot of issues. There were holes in it and thin areas, quite a few locations, especially in these areas here. The sandboxes fit in these four pockets, and they pretty much rotted away behind the sandboxes, and the sandboxes rotted away as well. And so I had to cut these out and weld new pieces in. So I just got done with this one and the other one on this side today. Some other changes that we made to the saddle tank. As it did not have a lid up on top. It was all enclosed, which meant that there was a lot of stuff that was inside, a lot of crap that was inside that you couldn't get out because there was no way to access inside the tank. So we went and cut a big hole in there, put angle iron in, drilled and tapped a bunch of holes, and I have a plate that goes on top. So now we can get inside and clean it out and do any repairs that's needed. So let's take a look here. I filled the engineer side up first, checked for leaks over there, and now we're filling up the fireman side. So far so good. The red is Gliptol, which is a kind of a water resistant coating. I know a lot of people use you might use different things in a tender cistern. I'm using the Gliptol mainly because I had 2 gallons of it that were donated, and if I didn't use it up, that it would go bad. So we'll use that for this. So here's a look at one of the others. Now I've got a couple leaks you can see here. It's weeping here. There's a couple little areas that once I drain it and dry it back out, I'll hit this and do a little bit more welding there. And then also in the front here, this I welded it from the inside, but I've got a seal weld from the outside. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good overall. And over here, the same thing again. There's just a couple little spots where we're weeping, but overall, I say 99% of the welds are pretty good. And the next step here is to, once I get this full, I'll leave it full overnight, and then come back tomorrow morning and check to see if any additional leaks have developed, mark where they're at. Then drain the water go into a tote tank. And then I'll take a couple of totes over to the museum, put it into big plastic tanks so we can use this water in the locomotive. Now, if we look on the drawing here, it says that the capacity of the tank is 720 gallons. So by the time I get all that water over there, we should be full up with all the tanks and ready to go for the big steam up here coming up in a couple of weeks. So, a reminder to everybody, if you're in the Youngstown area, you want to come ride behind the J&L 58 on May 11th and 12th, starting from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will be running the locomotive all day long. Rides are $8. Pay your $8. We'll give you a ticket. You can ride the train as many times as you want. I mean, it only goes 500 feet back and forth, but it's a start. So come on out if you can and see the 58 in action.